Hey, what is going on? Sorry for the delay, folks. That's all my fault. I won't even lie to y'all. It's all my fault. You're listening to the All Burgundy and Go Everything Commanders pregame show powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia. I am Wole, and I'm here with my guy, George, the homie Glen. Maybe in a little later. He may not be, but we'll see. The Washington Commanders are home and ready to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, before we dive into everything, so we gotta knock this out. We gotta knock out some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Go Errrything. Also tweet us at ABG_Errrything. It is up on IG and TikTok at ABG_Errrything. Make sure you subscribe to the All Burgundy and Go Errrything YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show, and the super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Our pregame is also streaming on the Urban Sports Scene X handle as well. All right, here is the rundown. We'll chat with Bowie TV's Commanders reporter Candi Waller. She'll be joining us live from Northwest Stadium in the press box. We'll talk about Marcus Mariota starting today. We'll also talk about the keys for Commanders victory and provide our predictions. Then finally, we'll select our Commanders fantasy football player for the day. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's introduce Bowie TV's Washington Commanders beat reporter Candi Waller. What is going on, Candi?
Hello.
How are you? We
good.
are fine. How are you,
Candi?
Candi?
I'm good. I'm recovered from the weekend.
Oh, I'm about to ask you about your weekend. I know you went to.
This is why I don't go outside.
All right, I know you a Hampton alum.
I'm a Hampton alum.
And I have a homegirl who went to Howard, and she's to chastise me about like who the real HU type of argument. Like, so I used to get on her nerves because everyone anybody who knows me knows that when I was in college and the first road trip to a HBCU I went to was Hampton, and from that point on, I fell in love. So I used to chastise her about like Howard ain't nothing compared to Hampton,
and it's still not. Quite what the scoreboard said yesterday. Let's let the record show. Okay, we are the better HU. We do not have to be the real one. Better.
I ain't want to even. Look. I got a biasness to Hampton. For all different reasons. Hey, hey, Mom Wall is here. I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Hey,
hello, Mrs. Waller.
Hey, all right, so we just dive into it, Candi. We're gonna start how we normally start this. Any notable actors and actors?
I mean, I think the most notable one at this moment is Brandon Coleman.
Yeah.
The rest, I think Ali Kehoe is obviously playing or active. Frank Madrano is the only linebacker that is not playing. I've been trying to make sense of this because I knew I was, I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is different. But and obviously Jayden, obviously Preston Smith just got here. Yeah. And then of course Noah Brown, John Bates should not have been a surprise either. Yeah. So we'll see. We shall.
George, anything you want to add to that, George?
Well, what about these changes on the offensive line? Andrew Wiley in, Chris Paul in. I mean, that's a pretty serious move. Admittedly, after a really tough day for the offensive line against the Packers, a really tough night, I should say, Thursday night. How do you read those changes?
Well, I had talked about Andrew Wiley isn't at. I don't know. I'm like, what is happening? What just happened? So
I'm hearing it right now.
Andrew Wiley, I believe, and I'm trying to check my phone and not be too. Andrew Wiley is at right guard. Okay, so there's some changes here, for sure, on the offensive line. Andrew Wiley's in at right guard. Chris Paul is in at left guard. Okay, now there's a couple different ways you can look at this. I am aware that Brandon Coleman had a shoulder thing going on, and I think that was noted on the injury report last week. I think he was limited in practice on Wednesday, right? But a team spokesperson shared that this was not injury related, that it was a coach's decision.
Ooh.
Chris Paul had a very good camp. Um, very good camp. And,
Wow.
it's one of those things where you think about we all knew there needed to be something different with this offensive line this week. Okay. John Bates is out. And one of the things that I shared last week on my show and other shows, when I know there was a lot of conversation about whether or not Jayden was going to be out, he was going to be out. But at the end of the day, John Bates being out, in my opinion, is equally as important because this is your extension of the offensive line. And despite who comes in at tight end, you are not going to get the level of production that's needed on this offensive line today. And that is me being objective and being very real. Okay. When you got Maxx Crosby over there on the other side.
Crazy.
So this will be interesting, you all. This will be an interesting day. Now, let me also say, I want to go back again. Andrew Wiley at right guard. Chris Paul at left guard. What it looks like happened is they put the best offensive line based on the package they're putting together, based on the opponent that they're playing.
Okay.
We will know if what I just said is accurate in a few moments. But that is what happened. And some rejiggering of that would need to happen, right? I mean, Marcus is in at quarterback. And again, depending on the packages, very interesting day thus far already.
So this is not us giving up on Brandon Coleman. This is not that.
I mean, I don't think it's anybody. I mean, this is like the first time this has happened. So I think it's not giving up on him. It's, hey, listen, you got to do what's right based on what's got to happen today. Now that doesn't mean that he doesn't play, right? Because if you are, anything could happen. I mean, he could be in. He may not start, but that doesn't mean he's not playing today. I mean, well, he does mean he's not playing today, but you get what I'm saying? Not playing ever.
Yeah.
Not ever again. This could be a today thing, not a tomorrow thing. But we also don't know. We also do not know. One of the things you all have heard me mention, and I misspoke there. I'm thinking future, not today future, but progress. What you saw, what I may have seen of what was happening in May and June, July, there is a certain thing is leveling out. There is a certain thing is declining. And now is not the time to level out or decline. And so Chris Paul had a solid camp and a very good camp. So we'll have to see, because I do know that Brandon Coleman was absolutely dealing with a shoulder injury. Absolutely. But hey, coach's decision, not injury related. So I'm going to go with the statement because that's what was told to me.
Yeah, they say it's not injury related. Injury related.
If they would have told me,
then it ain't injury related. It ain't injury related. Which to me,
means he could have played. Yes, he was dealing with something, but he could have played. Is what that is a signal to me. Because I know someone else who was dealing with something that they're dealing with a whole bunch of stuff already,
and they still playing.
They're playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm not George. I don't. It's crazy. So giving up as a whole, that's all arbitrary, right? In terms of who in front of him is playing, it's not giving up. It's two levels to it. They're not as strong as they were initially to me, how I interpret it, right? Because like Candi said, if he's injured and he's producing at a high level where they are infatuated with him, he still would be playing. So there's something that changed. There's something that's changed. Something changed. So there is a level of giving. I want to say giving up is strong. It's harsh because giving up means harsh. But it's not. It's like he's not in the same slot that he was earlier. Let's put it that way. He's not a guaranteed starter anymore. That's just what it is.
If somebody's moving up, you got to put your best. You got to put your best people forward. This has been every week matters, and they're dealing right now with more injuries than they had all last season. Yes. They are dealing with right now in week 3. So that means they have to. This isn't about feelings. This isn't about emotions. This is about who's going to be the best man for the job today. And they got to deal with it today. And it's very interesting, but it also is a signal to me in using our clues. This is serious, you all. They are serious about what they're doing. And so
Yeah.
It was, yes, he's inactive. I was
He's
talking
inactive.
earlier. I was
Yeah, he's
spinning. It
inactive.
wasn't meant. Yeah, he's inactive.
Yeah, we
And
see.
so, yeah, I
We're
don't think
giving
that.
reasons why he's inactive. That's what we
Yeah, we're
said.
giving all the reasons why he's inactive. I did misspeak earlier, and because I was swirling.
You
I
said
missed
it. You
that.
said he was inactive. You said he was
Yeah, yeah,
inactive.
yeah. But I think I said something about today, but I meant future
Oh.
game.
Oh, got you. No,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. I don't think it was like, yeah, you got it. Don't
yeah.
worry about it. You got it. Don't even
No.
worry about it. Paul's say his Kenny right off the top. Who gets more time at tight end? Senate or 80? Which one's 80?
You
Oh
would
yeah,
think
sorry. Yankoff, sorry.
you would think it was Ben Sinnott, but it would have to be Colson Yankoff in terms of who's the better blocking tight end.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Let's see. Mike said, okay, yeah. Candi, will they step it up in the run game today?
They have to.
Yeah, I do. But in terms of who needs to, I mean, obviously we can talk about all these other individuals.
And I don't want to go back in
Go
time.
ahead.
I don't know why. I think remember in the pregame Thursday night football, not to go backwards, I said Micah Heat needs to chase somebody. It's either Jayden or Bill, and it needs to be Bill.
Yeah.
And we did not see. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Did not see it.
Oh, Yankoff is a better blocker.
1,000%.
You haven't seen him, Coach. You haven't really watched him, so I gotta be honest with you. You haven't seen. You can block. Yankoff.
I mean, and that's not a good thing. Let me be very clear.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's no shade to Colson.
Yeah.
Let me be clear on that.
Yeah.
But it does. He shouldn't be.
Yeah.
The better.
He shouldn't be. He
should not be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Vincent, he better impress me. Because if you impress me, therefore everyone is very happy with you. So.
Will Groom says, what does the vibe feel like today?
I mean, I haven't really seen anything. I've been working.
Yeah.
So I have not. I've been, working. So I don't know, because I haven't really seen any of the players. The only people I saw and talked to from the player perspective was Terry and Bill.
Okay.
And their vibe was fantastic. And so, I was a trader on y'all for a minute. I was a trader on y'all because I went over to the Raiders. So.
I have an idea why.
Raiders, yes.
I have an idea why. I have an idea why. So I will ask this because their fan base does travel. How is?
And they seem to have a lot of people. I mean, it's the parking lot is packed.
Yeah.
So here in a moment, now is around the time people start coming in. Fans start coming in. Let people in around 11.
Mm-hmm.
People start really coming in. People are having a great time at the tailgates. Tailgates are lit. The parking lot smells phenomenal. And so, probably like right around kickoff, I'm sure the vibe will be right where it needs to be.
Okay.
I can't. I think I watched Laramie Tunsil a bit during pregame. I typically always glide over to watch the linebackers. Laramie Tunsil appears to be in his bag today. So, in terms of vibes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
one of the game day captains. So,
Okay. But I don't want to obviously omit the main, still the biggest storylines. Marcus Mariota starting a quarterback. What am I doing here?
It is. I've been doing the same thing. I just move right on. I'll be like,
what am I doing here? Oh, it's not. What am I doing here?
Because I feel like there's so many other storylines that people aren't paying attention to, but you are correct.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So Mariota.
But it's like the Mariota storyline. We kind of knew from a while back that it was probably going to be him.
Yeah.
I want to ask this to Candi real quick.
We talk about Mariota. We got to get to the storyline. We got to get to the storyline.
No, I was going to say Mariota, but in general, is everybody just been really ready to play badly because it's like they want to get Thursday night out of their system, get that taste of that bad performance out of their mouths, and let's get on this field and put a better performance so we can just banish that.
Yeah, I mean they got to win the football game. They got to win all of them. They have the dreams and aspirations that they would like to. It's a sense of urgency every week. So in terms of getting the bad taste out of their mouth, the sense of urgency is there, and that is something that I don't think is going anywhere ever with this staff.
So Candi, we saw a lot of people had issues with Cliff's play calling on Thursday night. A lot of fans did. But this is Mariota. Mariota's the starting quarterback now today. And this is his first start since we saw him against the Dallas. Well, one start. This is actually his first start.
It's his first start.
Because he's had relief duties in both of them. So in terms of Cliff adjusting to a full game plan with Mariota, how do you feel like what's going to be the difference? What do you see? Do you see any lack of explosion? Do you see lack of ball, like the team moving up and down the field? Like, how does Cliff adjust having Mariota as the starting quarterback?
I think he has to adjust regardless of whoever was at quarterback today. Now, you want to ensure that Marcus Mariota, this goes back to the point of the changes on the offensive line, it stays healthy because not Josh Johnson going to play.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, and going back to the sense of urgency. Being conservative, that ain't it. Not today.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be speedy and fast coming off the line of scrimmage. You have to be aggressive. What the offensive identity was last year, what it came to be in week 3, and I think this is Felix behind me. Okay. So, what the identity became last year in week 3, and I know that nobody likes talking about last year, but we got it. We have to refer back to it. That's when it came together offensively. I mean, God bless Josh Connolly Jr., right? He is not, whoa, talk about welcome to the NFL, man. He is, wow. But there has to be that sense of urgency there. Conservative is not what this team's identity was. So you have to get into who are you, because now it looks like you don't know again. And that needs to happen regardless of who is under center, because that is what this quarterback room kind of prides himself on, that anybody can come in and they can get it done. I do want to make what I feel like is a very important point, because this would mean this was an individual that participated in their scout team practice squad. As Jeff Driscoll is on the Raiders practice squad. So please pay attention to that.
That's a good one too. That's a good one. That's a very good one. So
yes, please pay attention to that. That is a very important.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Something I want to go back to you said, because I think it is very important, because we talked about it on the post game show after that game on Thursday night in terms of they were being very conservative with the game plan. Marcus Mariota as the quarterback. Do you feel like they're going to be more aggressive than we've seen them even with Jayden? Do you feel like that's the pace they need to be?
I don't think it's more aggressive than what we've seen with Jayden. I think it's as aggressive as we've seen Jayden. Now, some of this also, if I'm being, again, as always, I try to be fair and objective. Some of that aggression was Jayden.
Got you. Yeah.
Some of that was just the natural born instinct, and competitor that he is. I'm not saying that Marcus does not have that, but I'm saying when we talk play calling versus working it out, when you see when things aren't working, some of that was Jayden. But Marcus can, he can move. But this is his first true start as a commander.
Got you. Oh, did we lose? I had a question. Santiago had a question. Candi, you there?
Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah, I don't know. You froze. I froze because I know my
brief.
Okay. Right. No, I was saying it was his first true start as a commander. I was just.
All right, Santiago.
Santiago, thank you, Santiago. I had a question for you. He says, "Are there any changes in the receiver room?"
I mean, we know Noah Brown is out. Water is wet. Let me stop. I had to start with my song.
I get it.
So you probably see like Chris Moore or somebody.
I'm sorry. Same old, right? Same old.
I wish he was playing. I'm not saying that because I'm glad about it.
I know you said, Mariota reads zone coverage better than Jayden. Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran, so
he's a veteran. That comes with time. That comes with experience. We've seen him do some bogus stuff in the past too now.
Mariota, yeah. Mariota is like I like everyone knows this. Like I said, this I've seen I've seen a lot of bad Mariota over his career, but I will say that in relief duty with Washington, he made me a believer that like this team.
Relief duty.
Yeah, relief duty. This is different though. Like the team is game planning for him, so they've been game planning for him. He's not.
And I'm anxious to see. This is something like kind of is game related, but like kind of not. I'm anxious to see how Jayden is on the sideline. And I say that because the times, when Marcus has had to come in, he's like the biggest Commanders fan in the building, and I anticipate he would be that way as well. But it was definitely noticeable he wants to play. So.
Oh, I know he wants to play, but he has. I'm glad they're protecting him from himself.
Please they didn't do.
Yeah, that's like I said, he's not. I will say this: he's not the me player that Griffin was, but he has a lot of similar traits of how Griffin was. And what I mean by that is that he will push his body and he will risk it all for for any play, for a 10-yard to get that first down, and he will put his body in harm's way. I said it, and people were laughing at me. He did that in that preseason game. He played. He put his body in a preseason game. When he did that, I knew, like, all right, somebody got to protect him because he won't protect himself. George, you want to go to the next?
I wanted to ask another question about the Mariota thing, if I could, real quick.
Sure.
Is it easier for Cliff to call plays because with Mariota, I've been in the league a long time, you know where the parameters are, you know where the boundaries are, you know what you can ask of him and what you can't. Because with Jayden, you're kind of, even in year 2, you're still figuring out just how far outside the lines you can go because of his prodigious talent and his will to win. Is it easier for Cliff because it's like I've got a specific package of plays that are for Marcus that makes sense for Marcus, and that's what I'm going to do?
They don't really operate that way. The package of plays is supposed to be for anybody to be able to do.
Okay.
Any of the quarterbacks to be able to do. Do some you do them better than others? Yes. I think when it comes down, I don't think it's easier. I don't think you'll hold your breath as long with Marcus doing right. I think it goes back to what Wole was saying about just Jayden, how he is, right? That's just him.
Yeah.
And you can't fault him for it. He wants to win all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And so it doesn't matter what the game is. So it's, and not that Marcus isn't that way too, because he's super competitive.
Yeah.
But you won't hold your breath as long. So so we'll see. We'll see today for sure, but I don't think it's necessarily easier in calling plays for him. And you just know that veteran instinct is going to kick in.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you just know. But yeah, George, you can take us to the next one too as well.
Yeah, and I want to, and we've got agendas on this show. Wole and I both have a Chris.
I said, yeah, for sure. I get it. Yeah.
Wole and I both have a Chris Rodriguez agenda. We've been big fans of his. He's getting his chance today. Are we going to see a decent amount of him? I know Bill's the number one guy, and we're also happy about that. But are we going to see a decent amount of Chris Rodriguez today?
What's interesting is we've been having that conversation a lot throughout the week, and I'm like, well, why wouldn't we? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't we? Because at this point in time, whomever is the fastest, and I'm going back to something I said in the pregame in Thursday Night Football. Make Maxx Crosby, make him chase somebody, but hand the ball off, get the ball out of your hands safely, and run down the field. You just tire them out. Because it will be interesting, and I asked Zach Ertz about this last week. I asked Coach Quinn about it last week, right? Because yes, sure, I'm sure Pete Carroll in that defensive scheme will potentially use Jeremy Chin differently than the Commanders did. However, Jeremy Chin knows Zach Ertz.
I was about to tell you because you told me about it. Yeah,
I've been talking about this, and I'm like, the security blanket might not be that secure today.
You told me about
and
this
I
last
asked and I posted the question to Zach Ertz. He thinks very high. I watched them get down last year in practice. Zach Ertz very clear last year at the end of the season with that Atlanta Falcons game, and as well with me last week, that Jeremy Chin had a lot to do with his season last year. Had a lot to do with his season because they were hundreds of reps against each other. The security blanket might not be all that secure today. So you have to bring in somebody they don't know as well. That is Bill and Chris Rodriguez. Get after it. Get after it. And oh, by the way, Marcus, go ahead and use Debo. You might see Debo doing a bit of blocking today too, as well. A little bit more of that extension of the offensive line because he can play that role as well.
Hey, Kenny, I know we gotta get you out of here soon, so I just want to ask you, just give us your.
I know we started a little late, so I can probably go to a little bit 3 more minutes. All
right, okay. I don't want to. Yeah, I know.
Appreciate that.
All right, I appreciate that. So, all right, you mentioned Maxx Crosby, and that's a guy like obviously that I'm kind of like not happy this team's playing against right now.
Dude, I just saw him in real life.
That man, like he's a
because it is spies over there. So I went to go be a spy. I wasn't really a spy.
Yeah, you mean op? You okay? You can be an op. It's okay to be an op.
I was kind of like the ops. They were a little shocked when they saw me. Like, oh, new person. Jeremy knows her. It's probably not a good thing. It's not. But I come in peace. He is humongous. Like Maxx Crosby. I was like, yeah.
And athletic
let me
too.
Stop staring because that's probably inappropriate. But he's the only person that made me do that. I was like, oh, yo, what a human that is. I don't think I've ever seen him in person.
Yeah,
where would I have, right? I can't remember.
Nah, you probably haven't. You probably haven't.
I don't think I've seen that man in person.
The last time would probably be, if you went to Vegas, when they were in Oakland. When we were in Oakland, maybe.
No,
we played at Las Vegas in 21, I think.
We played in Las Vegas in 21. They were Las Vegas in 21.
No, in at their place.
They were Vegas in 21. Yeah, then
it was either 21 or 22. So he might have been like a rookie then.
Yeah.
He might have been a rookie when
you never Candy. You never seen him in person. No, you never seen him.
No way.
And he looks like the mountain from Game of Thrones.
And this was without pads on. Let me be very clear with you because that context is important.
Yeah.
He was not wearing pads. He was going out to warm up, and I was in shock.
Yeah, and he's athletic too.
I mean, and it wasn't like fan, like, oh my God.
Sometimes you see people and you're like,
oh no.
Sometimes you see certain people and you're like, yeah.
What is that?
I used to be like that with Hatcher for the Redskins at the time. I used to see him in the locker room. I was like, yeah,
Larry Tunsil is a humongous huge. He's huge too, but not like Max is different. That's different. That's different. That's not,
I got you.
I don't know, but anyway. So, yeah, what a task. What a task.
It's gonna be interesting, right? To see what Connolly gonna have to, like I was saying, I was speaking to Lou, and I was telling him that like all of this for Connolly is gonna make him if he's built this way. Not everybody's built this way. Some people lose confidence and go left, and some people, and go right. Go left. Excuse me. And some people kind of go about it and they become one of the best players in the game or one of the better players in the game. Like you need this in your journey. Like to be tested by the best, it's gonna make you if you're that type of dude, it's gonna make you a better football player. If you're not that type of dude, then you may struggle after this. But hopefully after this game, he's had more wins than losses, and he's played at he's reached a level where he's happy with his play. Because I think in the long run, when he's playing the lesser competition, he's going to be dominant. And then when he's playing some of the great, when he's playing better competition, he'll be a better player for it. So
yeah. Sorry, I got a little distracted. These people are talking to me. Yes, because. And yes, I definitely had just asked somebody. There's a lot of Raiders fans out there.
Yeah, they travel. Raiders fans travel.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they travel.
For certain.
It's the Raiders. Come on, it's the Raiders. They travel.
And yes, to Josh Collins, when you really think about how this season has started in the matchups. Like, yeah,
Mm,
and he'll always have that, right? Like,
mm,
he spends a lot of time with Laramie Tunsil. I asked Coach Kingsbury about that last week because I've watched it, I've noticed it, and it's pretty dope. It's pretty cool. And one of the things that Coach Kingsbury shared in his response, and I just posted it this morning, if you all hadn't watched that
mm.
presser, was that Tunsil even took Josh down to Auburn with him.
Oh
Working
wow.
out. I mean, they've done a lot. They spent a lot of time together,
Mm,
and so this is the NFL, and he will be better for it. I think
yes.
he is a lot of his mentality is like Jayden Daniels.
Yep. No, I agree.
And I remember, first week I asked Jayden about him as well publicly. And
Jay.
so great, bright future ahead for him.
Yeah, I'm with it. I think he's going to be fine after, but it's
Mhm.
scary. Like he's seeing one of
Oh,
them.
wow. I saw Maxx Crosby today, and I wanted to go and run back over to the commander side and be like, "Are y'all sure about this?"
He's one of them. I'm serious. All right, so Katie,
I feel like I just saw a person over there that I
Todd,
believe is Maxx Crosby.
yeah, Todd,
That
you
are you
late.
sure? Is there anybody over here that can deal with that?
All right,
Is
so
they
yeah,
about to go ask Bobby Wagner to get on offense? Like, somebody, y'all got to switch. Something's got to
yeah.
give. No.
All right, they know what I like this question. I like this. Here, Mike's gone to the next segment for me, so I'm gonna go with it. Mike said, Candy, what's your 3 key points to winning today for the Commanders? So there you go.
Somebody, Maxx
Uh,
Crosby's got to leave. Let me stop. I'm sorry. That made me laugh.
Somebody
Oh,
block this man, please.
I'm sorry. Oh man, I needed 2 more hours of sleep. Oh, he's gotta go. But
yeah,
anyway, you know what a quiet topic I feel like has been, but needs to really be addressed is the kicker,
oh, we
Matt
talked about
Gay.
somebody. I think
Okay,
actually Mike asked that too.
yeah, yeah.
I'm- yeah.
Uh, please, please, Matt Gay. This is very important to make you kick.
Hmm.
Um, Also, I think it's important about that piece about the complementary football. From
Hmm.
a special teams perspective, one of the game day captains, Percy Butler, right, and
Hmm.
rightfully earned and so in being one of today's game day captains, made a huge play on special
Oh
teams
yeah, he smacked
on
that
Thursday
dude.
night.
Yeah.
Got it down to the 4 yard line, but up they went down 96 yards, right? This complementary football has to take place today, right? There was a 50-yard run by Debo on a return. When you have prime field position, that opportunity needs to be maximized. When you have your opponent at the 4 yard line, you need to get them. Pick six. You're
Hmm.
literally right there. Pick six. So we need to see the takeaways. So I probably named a lot of things. Special teams from a field goal. Special teams keep doing what you're doing from the return. That perspective.
Hmm.
But Matt Gay needs to make his field goal kicks. But then it goes back to the point of I'm surprised they're even doing field goals because you're not going forward on fourth down. Not real sure what that's about. But that was part of the identity. But the complementary football needs to be
Hmm.
there. The defense needs to get takeaways. Aside from complementary football, the goal is 3. We only
Hmm.
saw them do it one time last year, and that was through Detroit. If your goal is 3, get the 3.
Hmm.
Get the 3. And offensively, whether it was Jaden today or Marcus today, whoever you are on offense, which was what you really grew into be last year, that's who they need to be today. Today is
Hmm.
not to be taken lightly at all.
I'm with it. I'm with
An
it.
honorable mention, somebody go get Max. And
Somebody go get that.
y'all have never heard me say that on the show, like
Yeah, I know.
about anybody. But I think I went over there and I saw him. I don't normally do that, but I did, and I
She
maybe I
stole
shouldn't have.
Max.
Maybe I shouldn't have. I can't let it go now. I'm like,
You
I can't,
can't.
I can't unsee it. I can't
I
unsee it.
know.
Like,
Oh man.
Like
Hey.
I was so in shock, and it was just so bad. Okay, this is spirit of transparency.
Yeah,
Probably
of
shouldn't
course.
even tell y'all this story.
Yeah.
Jeremy saw that I saw Max, and he
Mhm.
saw my face. He thought it was hilarious, and I was like, no. I was supposed to be talking. I was looking for you, but I couldn't. I'm like, like, what is that? You play with this dude? Do you look like that every day, or is this game day look? What is that?
Yeah, Max.
It's
Hey man.
wild. So I'm
Hey.
sorry.
And Max is hip. That's what I mean. If anybody saw the pivot, Max is hip. Shout out to the Pivot
Cool
Podcast.
as a mug. I'm like, I
Yeah,
do not
he
want to
hip.
like you at all.
Max is hip, man. If you've seen the Pivot Podcast, you can tell his story. The man is hip. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey, Candi, thanks for being on. Appreciate you as always. Before we
Yes,
let you go, please plug everything. Plug all your socials, Bowie, the great work of Bowie TV, and I'm going to see you later tonight anyway.
yes,
In
I will see
terms
you
of that,
later on.
for a
Hopefully,
recap.
we will have covered a win.
Yeah,
Because
hopefully,
it's not gonna be good.
definitely. But yeah, plug all your stuff.
Um, at CWall SE on X. Make sure you're subscribed to Bowie TV on YouTube. If you are in the Prince George's County, Maryland area and you have not cut your cable, you can catch us on Comcast channels 190 and 1097. Make sure you're following Bowie TV Sports on all platforms. You can find us anywhere. I'm CEO CWall on Instagram, Candi
Mhm.
Waller on Facebook. Trust me, in the words of Deion Sanders, I ain't hard to find.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, prime time.
Well, hey,
Prime time. Yeah,
somebody,
I feel you.
anybody
Hey,
today,
I know anybody today. You ain't lying.
wherever Max isn't. You,
Hey, I gotta let you go now.
oh God, where's that?
This man has put an impression on you. Hey, I gotta let you go.
Wait, I was like, I'm not supposed to stare at him that long. Was that Twilight? When it's like you're imprinting on a person? I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
staring at him too long. I can't see it. It's okay.
The
Hey.
Man Mountain himself, Maxx Crosby.
Nobody's
Oh.
ever been that impressive or scary to me in my life.
All right, hey, Candi. All right, you have a good one, Candi. All right, we'll catch you later. See you later. Bye.
Thank you, Candi.
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing. Candy's awesome. That
I
was
mean, look, I mean, for those of you gaming for their own fans, he is the mountain. He really is.
yeah,
He's insane.
Max
And he was
Max
what was he, a 6th or 7th round pick too?
Yeah, he was a late
Oh
round.
my
He wasn't like mid like I would say mid round. Oh yeah. So let me Taj asked was surprised about so Taj, he's actually Ben Coleman is not Ben Brandon Coleman is actually a healthy scratch. Actually.
Yeah, that's the
And Noah is Noah Brown. Like that's just it is what it is. I'm not gonna even get into that.
Wole might be at the end of his rope with Noah Brown here. I
Noah
think it
Brown is
sounds
just
like.
who it is, who he is. Like I'm over the whole like him being like him having a slot and whatever. This is who Noah Brown is. He gets hurt. Like that's a thing. Like it's not fair to him, but that's some people are just injury prone. And I don't like using that 'cause I feel like injuries are flukish. But when it happens overly
Not with certain people, it's
now
not.
with certain people, it's just a thing. Like now it's a thing. So and it's not like your talent is so thorough that it can override you getting hurt all the time. You know what I mean? Like if you're super talented, then it's like okay, you can
he's
work
a very
around
good
it.
player when he's
He's
healthy.
a good player, but he's not those players. He's a good player.
No.
He's not a number one. Like if a number one was like, for instance, I'll use an example. Let's use like a receiver I always like, Amari Cooper. If Amari Cooper always got hurt, I'm gonna deal with it because he's Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
He gets 1,000 yards. He's consistent. Noah Brown has never reached any of that. So I don't get personally, I don't think it's worth having him on your roster like that, to be honest with you. Period. I don't think it's worth it because he gets hurt too much. And he's not like those dudes. But anyway, let's get into Ken had a lot of interesting things to say. A lot of people were just talking about, Brandon Coleman getting benched. Yeah, like Todd, it's a surprise. Yeah, he got benched. Basically, in essence, he got benched for Chris Paul, who I've heard that. I've heard Chris Paul has looked really good in camp. I've heard that.
No, everybody was saying it. Everybody was saying that Chris, and he looked, and in terms of in the preseason games, he was probably one of the few guys who played well in the preseason.
Yeah.
So
I've always liked, I personally have always liked Chris Paul. I think he could be. I mean, everybody knows how high I was and still am on Brandon Coleman as a guard. But yeah, he's had a rough. I mean, I don't want to say a couple games. Yeah, I mean, last game was rough. I felt like the first game wasn't bad, but last game was rough. But it's rough for everybody. It's rough for everybody other than Laramie Tunsil. Like I felt even Biotis.
And honestly, I think the coaching staff looked at that effort and said, we might need to send a message to a few people because that was such a poor effort in that game.
But a lot of guys play bad online though. That's why I guess that's where I'm at too though. Like I want
and again, I didn't think I was going to be excited to see Andrew Wiley's entering the lineup, but that's where I'm at.
Al Grady was bad. Like Al Grady, yeah.
Like, I think 2025. Like, great, let's go, Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like. No, I think. By the way, go ahead.
Taj is talking about the Raiders fans. Taj, Raiders fans are everywhere.
I addressed that. Yeah, I addressed that. Yeah.
I went to a game where Norv Turner was coaching the Raiders, and they were bad, and there was tons of them.
Yeah,
it didn't matter that they stunk, and it didn't matter that Washington was actually decent that year and trying to make the playoffs. There were Raiders fans. There were loads of them. I knew plenty of them in Richmond when I lived there.
And they're going to be, and they're Raider fans in Maryland everywhere. Like they're Raider fans everywhere because it's what they if you were '80s babies, what they represented in the '80s and to whatever. Like the jersey, a lot of people like some folks love the jerseys. The Raiders have a very iconic like base, like
it's
iconic
that NFL
image.
Music. It's that NFL film music and that poem.
That too. Like same thing. Like the Steelers. Yeah, very very similar.
Yeah, Steelers is another one. There's loads of those.
Yeah, yeah. We can't. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but we can't be patient with a rookie nor our second year player unless he was total trash. Yeah, I think we should. We can't say,
And to be fair, Candi did say that this is not a give up on him. This is a situation.
Exactly, Paul. Yeah, the NWA Raiders.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. No question.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. It's a different. Yeah, the Raiders will travel. Oh yeah, feels like I'm. Oh, this is hilarious. Yeah, definitely. But let's go into Coach Lombard says, I think Wiley will be better at guard. I agree. And the Coleman benching is likely a culture-saving move. We'll see. I don't think Brandon Coleman was bad at guard, personally. I think that people, like, again, I feel like sometimes, some folks overreact. It's possible. That's all I'm saying. I think it's possible. But when you see, because the Giants, I felt like in the Giants game, Jayden had a lot of time. Like the middle wasn't a thing. But you know what? I'm not a coach. There's one thing I will say. I'm not breaking down film with like Cliff Kingsbury and company. So I'm not going to act like I see everything. There may be something that he's not doing correctly that they're not that they don't like. Al Grady is always. I think it's obvious about Al Grady. Like I think we all kind of see it. But with other individuals, I think that's kind of like, all right. And I do think that because you're and for Connerly, he's a young kid, and I think that's more. I don't know. The Connerly thing is interesting too. If he's not getting well, maybe there's nobody good enough to take his slot. You know what I mean? To like push. But I will say it'll be interesting to see when Fant gets more acclimated to the system, would they be more inclined to bench Connerly for him? Like I'm kind of like
he is active today, George Fant. So that is something to watch.
I think that's something. Yeah, that's definitely something to watch. I feel like that is something.
Well, and you can't blame the coaching staff for saying Connerly was put in a very difficult position. Mm-hmm. Yes, he struggled, but any tackle in his situation would have struggled too. We're not gonna really come at. We're not gonna bench him or anything like that because we put him in a tough spot, and we're gonna do more to help him today.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it is. We'll see. I just got a heads up from someone told me. It may not be, and for Coleman, it may not be somebody just texted me. It may not be performance, it may be discipline too. Somebody's texting me that. It may be discipline. It may not be performance. Well, like, when do you think Terry gets into game shape? How about this, Paul? I'm not gonna lie to you. This is not. I hear what you're saying. Game shape. How about when do they feel like they can target Terry instead of running plays for Noah Brown, running for Terry McLaurin? How about that? How about Cliff actually do that? It's the same. It's kind of this. It's kind of similar to what Cliff was doing in the beginning of the season last year. How about that?
That's true. No, that's absolutely true.
That's what I'm saying.
And but I do think Marcus being in will mean that Terry will get a lot more targets today.
Because he should be. Yeah, I think so. Because honestly, I would say after the first game, he should be better off. Like after the first game, that I will say. After the first game, he should. Yeah. Game shape shouldn't be a thing anymore. That's all I'm saying. Like, how about that, bro? Like, we were saying in game 2, Noah Brown was getting those passes, and I'm like, come on now. It's no, I mean, and he dropped, and I was like, we got to stop featuring Noah. We got to stop featuring Noah Brown. Like, I'll give you Debo. Like, I'll give you Debo, obviously. I'm not mad at that. But I'm not featuring Noah Brown over Terry McLaurin. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. Just not. And those are he's the initial read type of plays. I'm not even talking about Jayden going off of him. He's the initial read. Like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, I'm not featuring Noah. I'm not giving up plays for Noah Brown for Terry McLaurin. No, like, do it with Debo. Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue that. Like, he's been in camp. Debo has a boatload of talent. I'm not gonna do that. The kicker is making too much money to cut. We are stuck with him. Yeah, it seems like it.
I hope not. If he has another bad day,
Mike, which 3 players we need to watch for today? All right, so I'll go 3 players. Terry McLaurin is one. I believe it. Obviously, Mariota, and players who got a Bill. I'll go with Bill. What about you, George?
I will say Chris Rodriguez because I think we will see a lot of him today.
Okay.
Well, you know what? We've talked a lot about him. I think Andrew Wiley. How does Andrew Wiley do today now that he's in the lineup? I'm going to be keeping my eye on him.
And one more.
And defensively, it's got to be Frankie Louvu, just because the first 2 weeks, not a lot of production. People have been really tough on him, and probably justifiably so.
Mm-hmm.
Got to see Frankie Louvu today. Is he going to be involved in trying to deal with Brock Bowers, or are we going to do something else there? Because that's that problem reared its ugly head Thursday night, and now you got the best tight end in the NFL on the other side. I don't care if he's hurt or not; he's still a problem.
All right, so George, what are your keys for Commanders' victory today?
I want to see a turnover. This not having turnover stuff. I'm with Candi. I've had enough of it. We have got to turn this ball over. Geno Smith can at times be a turnover machine when he's not going well. You saw it Monday night against the Chargers. We got to turn Geno Smith over. Number 2, I want our running backs, whether it's Rodriguez and Bill or Bill Rodriguez and McNichols, at least 25 carries. At least 25 carries for these running backs today. Whether it's effective or not at the start, because it might not be, I don't care. Please run the football. And the third thing is, I think, if we started to see it Thursday night, I think another big special teams return is going to be necessary. I think we got to have a big play in special teams to maybe give us a short field when we really need it. Those 3 things. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah, pause. Keys get turnovers to help Mariota and this offense. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul.
I mean, some people gotta
have short fields. And the thing is, we had it Thursday night. And we didn't do anything with it, which was really disappointing.
That's true. That's a fact too. Like Candi said, playing good complementary football. We gotta definitely do that. Yeah. Taj said run the ball, create turnovers, give the fans something to cheer about early. Agree with that, Taj.
Very good, Taj, especially number 3.
Yeah. We need to look, Taj, your boy, your guy, Joe Witt got to come up with a great game plan. So we get them turnovers, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got your guy has to be a mad scientist today. Because you got Geno. Geno holds the ball. Like, you can sack Geno. If you can't sack Geno, that's a problem. Then we got a whole different thing to discuss about what we did in the offseason.
Yes.
We ain't sacking Geno Smith. I ain't gonna lie to you. And everybody know I'm a Geno supporter, but that man hold the ball. And Geno will turn the football over. Like, that's the thing. He can light you up though, but he will turn you over. He can't turn the ball over. I'm gonna get you a wit shirt. Nah, bro. I ain't getting no. I don't want that. I'm burning that thing and I'm putting that thing on social media of me burning it. Yeah, I'm if he sticks to if he thinks we will buy him a storage unit. Yeah, he could be out of here, bro. I'm telling you, man. Like, look, I want to be a Joe Witt supporter. So, I mean, I'm hoping he has a great day of calling games tonight. But anyway, calling defense. But we gotta hurry this up because the game is about to start soon. George, predictions, bro.
I'm going to be pretty positive today. I'm going to say Washington 27-17. I think we're going to get a good defensive performance. I think we're going to get maybe the turnovers that we need. I think we're going to see Mariota move the football. And do you want me to do fantasy player real quick?
Yeah, you can do it too. You do both.
Terry McLaurin. This is the breakout today. Terry McLaurin over 100 yards today. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I've been bad with like my fantasy picks. I'm just gonna stop. I think I should just stop doing it for myself. But picks. And this will be I swear, if they lose this game, it's the last time I do this. I won't even lie to you guys. Mike, this will be if they lose, it's the last time I pick this squad. I'm not going to lie to you until obviously it goes back another way. But I got coach, you love picking us in close games. I'll give it to you though. I mean, you're consistent though. I think the games will be close. I think the game will be close as well. I think I have it 24-17 Washington. You know what I'm saying? I got 24-7. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, again, if Geno puts up that many if he puts up over, because I don't really like the Raiders' weapons other than Brock Bowers. I like Genty. I think Genty's gonna be fine. But they don't really feature Genty as they throw the ball too much. I think like they need to feature.
And Genty called him out on it this week too.
Did he really good? Because I watched the last game. No, I watched their last game, like the Chargers game, and he's right. The last he needs to get he needs to get touches. Like you can't not give him touches. Like you drafted him high for a reason. I get you got Geno and you got, but you don't have enough weapons on the outside for you not to get him the ball. Like I'm gonna be real with you, for you not to give him the ball. Like Brock Bowers is it, and if it's just your tight end is just really it, then you need to be featuring Genty to be real with you. Especially when you drafted him at. Like when you draft somebody that high, you know what I mean? Like you got to feature him. It's a business, man. You got to. If he doesn't produce, then he doesn't produce. But you got to feature him. Then when he doesn't produce, then you could say, okay, unfortunately, we may have had a bust. That's what you got to say to yourself. That's what you got to do. Yeah. He's right though. He's totally right. I give him all the credit. Like I'm glad he called him out because he's right. 24, and I think you'll get see a lot. And that's the thing. Washington. That's the key for me. Washington got to make sure they do what they've been doing the last 2 weeks. Consistently stop the run, especially in this Raider. Make Geno one-dimensional. I think then you'll be fine. If Geno has more play action to his game, he's gonna be a problem. But make him one-dimensional. Paul, 24-14, good guys. Bill, Debo, Terry score, and a surprising field goal. That's what's up. Surprising. That means the kick must be from like the 20. It must be from like the 20-yard line or something. That's why it's gonna be made. That's why it's gonna be good. I feel you. I understand. My fantasy pick of the day will probably be, I said like. Chris Rodriguez. Forget it. Who Chris Rodriguez?
There we go. Like it. Love it.
Chris Rodriguez. All right, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. But real quick, I have to make sure you don't forget you got to tune into our post-game show directly after the game. Should be around 4:15-ish. Typically, that's where the games pretty much end at the 1 o'clock slot. We'll be on YouTube Live and IG Live. We'll also be streaming on the Urban Sports Scene X account as well. All right, man. We appreciate you all for tuning in, pulling up with us. Game, it's 1 o'clock. Game's about to start. You've been listening to All Burgundy and Gold Errrything, powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. For ages, a Yeti. Deuces. We are out.